한여름 몸에서 가려진 볼륨은 두 배로 거침없이 찍힌 굳이 보진 않지 넌지 black하면 pink 우린 예쁘지 않았을래 원했던 그놈 뺐지 눈물에도 칼럼을 뺏기 두 손에 가득한 배치 궁금하면 해봐 fact check 눈 높인 꼭대기 물 만난 물고기 좀 촉해 난 toxic 유혹해 I'm boss 그런 생각해 사람들처럼 착한 척이 못하니까 생각하지 마 쉽게 웃어주는 날 위한 거야 아직은 잘 모르겠지 좀 원하면 test me 좀 굴보고 싶어 맘만은 너를 따르던 왜 hit you with that 뚜루뚜루 oh yeah oh yeah hit you with that 뚜루뚜루 oh yeah oh yeah Blackpink 지금 내가 걸어가는 거리 Blackpink four-way 사거리 저기서 나고 잡아가는 running in a bucket list like I'm body 널 당기는 것도 몰래 내 치는 것도 제일 번째로 wanna be like girl 코를 싫어하고 누가 뭐라 두 번 생각해 흔한 남들처럼 착한 척은 못하니까 착각하지 마 쉽게 웃어주는 건 날 위한 거야 아직은 잘 모르겠지 늘 원하는 test me 난 불보듯이 뻔해 만나는 걸 원했다면 we could do hit you with that 뚜루뚜루
Hello, we are in my K-pop dance studio. I'm Anabel, 29 years old from Bulgaria. I take this event very seriously, so I wrote my speech and I will read it to you. My whole life, personal and professional, is committed to the dance. When I was in first grade, I started with rhythmic gymnastics, after that modern ballet, and in fourth grade I was accepted at the School of Arts in Russia with focus on classical ballet. But we were also taught a lot of other dancing styles. And since dancing is my passion, I decided to continue studying at the Musical Academy in Sofia, specializing as dance teacher and choreographer. During this whole time, I did not only focus on classical ballet, but also tried different dancing styles like Latin, Oriental, contemporary, hip-hop, etc. My most amazing experience was in 2011 when I found K-pop. And that was new and different. It is something that makes each and every sense to be amazed, and that was the thing that my soul was subconsciously searching for and finally found. I'm not only a big fan of the K-pop music and dancing, but I also admire the Korean country, its culture, the beauty of nature, and I'm also learning the Korean language. The more I was watching and listening to K-pop, the more it evolved throughout the years and continued inspiring me. That's why when I graduated as a dance teacher, I decided to create the first and only one studio in the country specialized only in K-pop dancing. I was happy that I would be able to create a K-pop community in my hometown, because until then it didn't exist. And that's how in 2018 the adventure Brave K-pop dance studio started. The name Brave I did not choose randomly. It is inspired by K-pop artists, and it has become one philosophy for life that I try to teach to everyone, and it is that if you want to do the things that you love, you should be brave. Brave to follow your dreams. To be brave is, in my opinion, a necessary part of the human character. If you are not brave, you will never try, you will never make the first step, and you will never find out how far you can get, how much you can achieve with the thing that you love to do. I think this is also characteristic for the Korean nation. This is the reason why I started the studio, because the people here are skeptical about everything and are thinking that nothing will work or happen. I had no idea if there are other fans of K-pop and Korea in my city, but I took the risk and bravely started. Everything developed so fast. There were a lot of children that shared my interest and passion, and I'm happy that I met them and they met each other. In the beginning, I didn't know how I should teach these people K-pop. No one was teaching me how to do it, so that's why I even made mistakes, but with the time and my desire for progress in the studio, I created the best scheme with my students, because I talked and listened to them. This scheme is unique because it makes children in interesting ways to take responsibility, to have certain choices and to get the after effect of it, to take initiatives. In other words, I made them involved in thinking and brainstorming so they can become good people. All of the children really changed a lot with the time. They became better, more confident, happier because I, as a human and teacher, always welcome, accept and respect the people as they are and mostly that they come to learn. For example, all of the kids in the studio are very different from outside and inside. But they found their place, friends and peace in the studio and that also helped them grow in their lives. In the beginning it was only the music and dancing, but this transformed us from a community into one big family, as the children love to say. As a spreader of K-pop, I'm proud to say that I succeeded after searching for opportunities to make the K-pop dances and culture popular. In cooperation with the local library in Mursi, I organized the summer K-pop course. My dance studio performed the whole show at the Euro Nights in the museums, where we introduced the K-pop culture to a broader audience in my hometown, so everyone can get familiar with it. I was also invited from the city of Tutrakan to make a K-pop summer course in the local community center. We also regularly participate in different dancing contests in the whole country. But what I'm most proud of it is our performance at a charity concert. I do really love when we do things which have a cause. I don't want to be just a K-pop dance teacher, but also a teacher about life. As I am a perfectionist and also very strict, I often make a lot of remarks to the kids and sometimes the kids make me angry. In this context, I had a lot of moments where I pondered when I started the studio and why I started the studio and thought about how to get through all the difficulties that arose, especially financial, as we are constantly searching for sponsors. During these 3 years, since I founded the studio, I thought about closing it forever a couple of times. But when I am with the children in the studio, when we travel to competitions or perform on stage, we create such beautiful memories. When I see the joy in their eyes when they receive their certificates, diplomas or prizes from the contests, how proud and thankful they are for having me and the studio. Everything changed for me and I see that I managed to change people's life to better. The beauty of life is in the simple things. My favorite artist is BTS. I suppose you will hear the same from many other people. I've known and supported them from 2014 and I feel like I grew up with them as a person. I could talk a lot about how I feel about them, but if I have to make it short, I will just say I love them. If I happen to have the chance to meet them, I would most probably feel starstruck at first, but I would love to talk to them, express my admiration for them, and maybe even ask them for an advice, professional and personal.